Hi, good moment. I'm going to try something a little different today. I am finding myself to be completely stressed out and I'm not taking care of my energy. So I'm trying to learn how to balance that out as well. So in the midst of my stress, we are going to just try it this way. And the first card that I'm getting, you guys, is on our general reading today. We're just going to get this release out of me. Is this Ace of Swords, this air sign, possibly Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. They're having a very hard time accepting the truth of whatever's really stabbed them in the back, whatever has taken away their worth, whatever has gotten them farther away from their truer self here. Whatever's taken away your crown, really. You know, things have been upside down for a long time, and there's just this one last sword in the stone that needs to balance everything out, the good and the bad and the bad and the good. The next card that we got, wow, look at that, 2 of Swords now. 111 just passed there on the camera. So following your intuition, you gotta pull the sword out of the stone, and you're beyond ready to, but you don't know which way to go. You know, do you go the logical way or do you go the emotional way here with the moon? And to balance yourself out, you are clearly understanding that with this blindfold on, you have to turn your back away from the emotions and the heartache and the islands that you were stuck on for so long. You felt so distant from everything else, and it's because these emotions were drowning you. And now, as you move on and you're ready to find this balance through logic, really, because this is all air, you know, this is really what's here. It's hard to find which direction to go, because this situation here, the sword and the stone, it's really, you know, out of your control. As our next card comes out, water, cups, 7 of Cups in the negative here, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. You know, it's hard because you're so confused about what to do in the situation, because you're not quite sure what's going to happen regardless. Like we had talked about, it's out of your control here. And it's out of your control no matter what, even though you had partaked in the consequential behavior. You can't pull the sword from the stone yet, because you're not sure what the truth is, and you're not sure which the consequence is going to be, which is not in your action here. You know, this is what's coming, and you're afraid of it. You're afraid that it's going to be a negative consequence. And right now you're having a hard time keeping your balance, and you're imbalanced because of what's been going on in this past year. And this, you know, this revolving door of constant, you know, 1, 2s, and obviously 7s. So you're having a really hard time returning back to the place that balances you out within these 6s here. You know, let's see what else is here, Father. What else is here? There's a card there. The Empress in the negative now. Yeah. It's, you know, because it really is a position that you're stuck in, that when you don't have this control, it's really emotional, devastating. And so, of course, it knocks you completely off your throne. It knocks you off your rocker here. It knocks you off from your crown, right? We already talked about that. And I mean, even look at this. This negative situation is still pointing at this Empress who is in the negative. This negative situation here really has the control here, even though she's not looking forward to the negative consequences. It's like she knows that in this revolving door, these consequences are going to be negative for her either way, and she's ready for it to come in. She's facing the truth about this situation now. And it's really rocking her a bit, because she doesn't get to decide what happens, of course. Do we ever? I mean, do we ever get to pick our consequence and which punishment we would like the most? But in this situation, it's very devastating. It's taking up her mental capacity. Her emotions are back behind her, but they still try to creep up here with this clouded judgment that's now, you know, over here with this truth here. These are both connected here. So she's finally facing the consequence here, you know, and this is her dark side, this ego, like, okay, this is what we did, and now the truth is here, and it's hard to face. You know, it's hard to face because she's not quite sure what's going to happen here. You have the last card here. Last card here. Let's see what's going on. Oh, but look at this. Oh, you are both represented as, you are both in the sense of both sides of you. You know, this Empress and the Emperor, the feminine and the masculine inside of you. This is very emotional because you're logically going at it. Your masculine energies within you, you know, whether you're masculine or feminine, this Empress first energy that we got here as well could also be masculine, just in his feminine energy, because the emotions here are really hard to deal with these spiritual consequences, you know. However, I'm really getting this download now that this is just the same person, and their feminine side is what really needs to be balanced here, which this would make sense. This is emotions. This is where this imbalance comes in of the moon. That's very manipulative behavior. Feminine power can be very manipulative if you are not friends with it. Well, your masculine side is showing up as this, you know, powerful manifester. And it's like on the inside, you know that the situation is going to work in your favor regardless, even if it's negative, because there's always something better for you. And even if it is negative, there's always something to learn from. The Magician, he has one more of everything. So that would make him have 2 of Swords there, which is right here. So you'd have your balance. 3 of Swords is a third party situation here, or, you know, or just this mental clarity over a heartbroken situation. And then 8 of Cups is negative, you know. It seems to me like we're having an issue with walking away from something that's really devastating emotionally, that broke your heart, that wasn't a good fit for you, that gives you this remorse, this shame, this sense of, you know, I shouldn't have done that. I know I shouldn't have done that. And now I got to face the consequences for it. I don't quite want to deal with the consequences, but I'm ready for it. And this is why I'm upside down and kerfluffled. Because I'm not understanding that the more that I hold myself in this toxic energy of what's going to happen, the more I'm stressed out for no reason, because the powerful manifestor inside of me that is intuitively being blocked right now because the Empress is here. So we already know that this High Priestess should be right here, right, you guys? So this high intuition here, it's not being followed. This person, you, your feminine side here, is not connecting with your true self and your true no, to be able to understand that everything is going to come into play. You know, this balance, this negative consequence, maybe there is a negative consequence that you understand will be negative, and now it's just something that you have to deal with. And this is the brand new start to this, no matter what. This stress, this relief will be able to come off of your back here. What's on the bottom of the deck? Let's see. Yeah, Queen of Swords in the negative. Yeah, it's hard because you're having this feminine side of you is continuing to cause mental dysfunction within you, right? This negative truth of, yeah, this is a negative consequence. And I mean, look at through the Empress's lens here, this magnifying glass, this, you know, intuition, her third eye between these energies here, this is what she's going to be spectruming, reflecting out and projecting out. And it's coming as the Queen of Swords in the negative and the Ace of Swords, and that sword is right here. That sword is right here, and that crown is right here. And right now, this has knocked her off of her throne, which is right here. Okay, this you are having a very, very hard time with whatever the spiritual consequence will be. What's underneath here? Knight of Cups. Yeah, this player who was emotionally based at first decided he wasn't. He was wearing a mask. This could be another reason why this truth is hard to play with, in the sense of, yeah, he was wearing a mask. He wasn't being truthful to me, and now I have to deal with the consequences here. And that's something that we're not always trying to remember that we need to have the strength for is, yeah, that's their behavior. What is my behavior? My behavior right now is really, really fucking me up. And I'm not able to clear the clouded judgment that was there because it's still coming back now. I was so clouded judgment there before, and now it's coming to bite me in the butt. It's taken my crown, and I need to get my scepter of truth back to reign on my throne in my kingdom. This Knight of Cups was a mask. You know, he's a player. I hate these Knight cards. I really do. I feel this boil inside of my stomach. And when they're in the negative, it's just this master manipulator, right? Well, this side of you is like, no, we need to move on from it. We deserve better. There's an emperor waiting for you, obviously. And if you thought your emperor or your empress was this knight or knightess of cups in the negative, they're obviously not getting into their empress or emperor energy. So that's not a match for you anyway. Let's see. Oh, shit. Jesus Christ. Yeah, see, I told you. They were wearing a mask, and they were wearing a mask, and look who's really fueling them. You know, is this what you want in your life? This is what's giving you this clouded judgment. You know, this is what's making you behave like this, because you've now absorbed their behaviors with this spiritual consequence as well. you know, and you continue to hold on to it. No matter what, you have this power manifestation here that you are able to work your way out of it. Lord, I don't want to be like this anymore. Lord, I need this strength. 10 o'clock on the camera right there. There's an ending here, and I know it, Father. Father, I know I need to come home, and I know that I need to say the truth to myself, and I need to say the truth to you, and I will accept whatever spiritual consequence this is. 10:11, their ascension. Lord, Father, Jesus, I understand that I need to balance this out, but I'm having a hard time because time, which is lacking thereof here, is not working in my favor. Once I can find out the actual consequence here, I'll be able to steady myself, but it's very difficult. And you're getting to this point where you haven't quite realized that strength card wants to come out, don't it? Yeah, look at that. 6 of Cups in the negative here. 7 of Cups to the 6 of Cups. Yeah, there's no negative intention here for you set from above. You know, they'll never give you a negative intention like this will, you know. So this mask is still here, even if you were to continue going home to this person, even if you were to continue thinking bad thoughts towards yourself. This is entertaining evil thoughts here, and you need the strength here from up above, inside and out. Outer is God, inside is Jesus, Jehovah Yeshua. That's how it all works. You are the light. This is the lampstand. This is what we work through, okay? And angels up above, your spirit guides are telling you, don't look over that way. Don't go for his behavior. You're going to look up at this way. You're going to eat the word and eat the knowledge, perception, and wisdom that we want to give you, okay? Because look at it. No matter what, you are still being divinely guided because, you know, Lord Jesus sees and knows what's going on with you, around you, above you, and below you, no matter what. And when you're surrounded by here, he can tell that, okay? That 6 of Cups there, yeah, my goodness. Wow. Yeah, and it's very low vibes, even though there's no wands here, because the devil's here regardless. You know, you're facing this tower, and when you're facing a tower, what goes up must come down. And when it comes down, it's a vicious cycle over and over and over, going down to hell here like a snake in a basket. You know, I want to see what's underneath this card one more time. Oh my gosh, you guys, the tower is right here. Yeah, he wouldn't tell me to lift that card up for no reason. Thank you, Jehovah, for having my back. What goes down the tower if it doesn't get conquered up here through this portal? Really, it got to come down, and it's going to continue tornadoing in your stomach here, you know, your mouth. And the tower goes back to the pei in Hebrew, which is the mouth. Okay, well, the mouth is here, the head all right here. This is Lord Jesus. This is our, you know, this is the head. This is our intuition, our balance between star, sun, and moon after the tower and all of that. We rise up above, and we have the judgment facing upon our world, and we're able to be weighed and measured the way that we're supposed to go. But when we're stuck in this tower, when we're stacking, when we're building up through our, you know, our Fool, Magician, High Priestess, Emperor, Empress, vice versa, all the way up to the tower here, we must trumpet through positive ions, positive elements within our body to be able to get through what is suffering our ions and keeping it down. And that's what these tower moments feel like, is because we have excessive ions inside of our body, which are now illusions. This situation here, this consequence, it is just an illusion that you are believing. You have started playing into his game here, you know, this master manipulator. If he's not a magician, a powerful manifester, he's going to be facing downward, and automatically he's going to have the intention of the devil, which this is what that Knight of Cups did. Whoever broke your heart here, this Knightess of Cups, she pretended to be emotionally invested. He pretended to be emotionally invested, and he wasn't. And now you're facing the tower, the truth about this paradigm shift. Well, this illusion, this veil that needs to be ripped off, Isaiah 25:7. These illusions, if you think about it, ILLUSIONS. I, so the eye, that's looking through the two pillars, like the High Priestess, right? ILL, I'm looking through this illusions. I'm looking through this fog, these excess ions, illusions, SIOIONS. So illusions with an S in front of it. So there's this all over veil in between that you have to break through. Two parts of it, the in and the out, the good and the bad, and be able to trump the whole entire thing, which is right here, these portals, right? So when you have these illusions, it's just excessive ions inside of our body, these excessive elements of low vibes. Well, what does low elements bring us? You know, it brings us, you know, I mean, lead is obviously toxic as hell, and that's also been traced back to the devil there in biblical terms, if I could remember that scripture, and I can see it, I just can't remember what it is. You know, too much nitrogen, too much carbon dioxide, too much even oxygen in our body can kill us, you know. And so we have to have this balance of elements inside of us. And when we don't have this balance of elements, then we have over excessive ions of that periodic table element, right? Well, then therefore is the illusion, which is what keeps us trapped. It keeps us clouded in this judgment. And right now, Jehovah's telling you, you have to come to the truth. You have to face the spiritual consequence no matter what. And you're going to have to do it no matter what. So why stress out about it? Why create more toxic behavior inside of your lampstand here? Because you have to have the inner and the outer strength to be able to get through it no matter what. It's still going to be here. Why continue to stress about it? Why continue to make itself harder for you when you already know that it is ended here? Because, you know, we have that 6 of Cups. You can't return back to it. You know, so now you have to face the truth. You guys want to see what's under the tower here? Because I'm super, super, super curious. Oh my gosh, you guys, that 3 of Swords. You have to face the truth about your broken heart. You have to face the truth about the truth of this situation that gives you this consequence. Wow, Lord, this is a beautiful reading today. Thank you so much, Father, for having my back in so many ways to be able to help our family member here. The truth of balancing what happened and the truth of taking the consequence, and you need to be ready for it here. Yeah, look at that. The Fool now. The Fool to go with the Magician. Yeah, and the World and the Judgment, which we already talked about, which comes after the Tower here. Yeah, 9 of Wands. There's our first Wands. That's very toxic behavior, right? Very toxic, because that 9 can't connect to the 10. It can't, because it's not fusing. It's not refusing physiologically to be able to compound itself together, right? You know, you're going to have so much oxygen. You have to have so much helium beforehand. And if the helium isn't going to fuse, you're not going to have as much oxygen as you want. So let's see here. Jehovah, could you clarify this negative 7 of Cups for me, Father, please? Oh, 2 of Cups is trying to come out already. Yeah, look at that. So we got 2 there. 10 of Swords, which, you know, look at, you have this, all these swords energy right here, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. You know, Gemini's right here also too with the Magician. We have more Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Leo is here. Cancer, Pisces, Moon is here because the High Priestess is there, and then also brings in, you know, power of Venus and the love there. Some more swords again. Capricorn is here. Devil is there. Devil's also here. But we have lots of mental clarity that needs to happen, and mental illusions that need to be ripped through, and the truth that needs to be accepted emotionally for it to rise up through the Tower of you to be able to steady yourself. Because right now it's just a constant ending of mental illness. This is a lot of anxiety attacks. This is a lot of knocking you off this rocker, and all of this fresh air continuing to revolutionize you in your brain here through revelations of negative energy. I don't understand why I said revolution, but you know, revolution, maybe you feel like it's wartime in your head. You know, it's just going to continue to put you down further. So then this is just another confirmation of that, because the Queen of Pentacles is the last queen before the Empress. So here you are, and you're being knocked off further. Thank you, Jehovah, once again for having my back, to the Queen of Pentacles. You were once the Empress. Now you're falling down into this pre-Empress energy, as your masculine energy is still the Magician. Let's see right here. Jehovah, what's the Magician's energy here? Masculine side energy. Let's see. Yeah, 2 of Pentacles and Prince of Wands. Yeah. Well, here's the Wands right here, and this is maturing into the Emperor energy, like this would be here from that. It might be where this masculine energy is starting to get lower too, because this should have been King of Wands first, basing off of this positive and negative here and the ones, because we have the 1 here. So going backwards, if he was prepared, if this masculine side was 100% balanced, Emperor would be fire, and the fire's right here. Well, Emperor would then go back to King of Pentacles as well, but that negative side also has to be reflected. So this Empress is also being shown as the Queen of Wands, and the negative as this Queen of Pentacles is here. But really, she already understands that. She's well on her way. She's done a lot of healing beforehand from this. it's like a reoccurring situation that keeps continuing to happen, because she didn't come up. The feminine side didn't come up as wands. She came up as twos, the swords. Okay, so it's really just kind of, she's very, very strong and she's pulling through emotionally, but it's really starting to put her back the 2 steps to where she used to be before, when this was really, really breaking her heart here, you know, because there's that 9 of Wands again. Oh my gosh, you guys, no joke. There's the Emperor right there in the negative. Wow. Yeah, look at that. This, yeah. So this Emperor, Empress energy is also on the outside with this broken heart, but it's also on the inside of each of you, because it has to be. Your intuition here, your Star of David, it acts as a magnifying lens. It acts as a projector, and if you're having illusions, there's nothing for these elements to project out to manifest. So what's going on here is that this Emperor side is saying, hey, where'd that 2 go? This 2 of Pentacles. Things need to change because I'm starting to be affected now. And we're not able to powerfully manifest this new start because your bullshit over here on the feminine side is allowing us to go further and further behind, because there's an excess of ions now in this illusions. We need to break the illusions. We need to change things. This tower is going to be trumped and we can conquer it. And then this new start will happen. Because this feminine side, this feminine, this actual Empress on the 3D is also feeling this on the 5D, on the inside. 2111 was just there on the camera. She's just over and over and over not being able to connect to the 10, the ending here, which we have 10 of Swords here. You know, we just need this 10 of Wands to come into play. And it's really just, she's not understanding that this is what's meant to happen. Look at, there's an ending right here. There's balance that's going to be coming in right after this Emperor. What else is here? Oh my gosh, 2 of Pentacles with 3 of Pentacles. Look at, we have 2 of Pentacles right here. You know, things need to change just a little bit for both of the divine counterparts inside of you to measure and balance out in this paradigm shift here, this tower, this whatever consequence this is, and of that's been giving you, you know, mental clarity, mental, you know, and this could even be finances here, you know, for sure. This is Pentacles, and things need to change financially in order to put you back on your throne here, but you just feel so stuck here. You know, that could definitely be it too. This broken heart may have led you to be financially in debt or financially stuck. You know, it's this revolving door of 9 and 9 and 9 and 9 and 9. It's like whatever money you're making is only keeping you in 9s. It's not getting you further, but it's not also getting you further behind. So you just feel so stuck and like nothing's going to happen here. 9 of Cups on the bottom of the Sun and Moon Tarot deck. Yeah, it's really taken away your worth here emotionally. You're feeling let go. Oh my gosh. What comes after the Tower though? The Star. Okay, there's victory for you here. You are so protected. Jehovah Yeshua has your back. And look, it's right here too, you know. You just have to have this powerful manifestation, attitude of gratitude within you to be able to have this come true for you. Okay, you have to know that it's going to happen for you on the inside in the 5D before you can project it out to the 3D. And it's all right here for you. Let's see what's on the bottom of the deck now. Yeah, look at that. King of Swords. So your masculine energy is playing you up there and saying, look, the truth is here. We're going to be able to get through. What comes after the Tower? The Star right there. That's a victory in itself. To get away from these devilish energies inside of you, these low vibrations, for this 9 to turn into the 10. Jehovah, oh, look at that. Now I just got the Magician in the negative. Yeah, I was just talking about or thinking about the 9 into the 10, and it's like this, yeah, this situation just is giving you this fully shitty outlook, right? Oh my gosh, there's the Fool again. Wow, yeah, look at, yeah, oh, okay, I see. The more that you think about it, the more that you allow this stress to happen, you're not focusing on the power of manifestation, and then you're just wishing this negative energy on you. You're wishing a negative solution to this, whether it's a broken heart, whether it's getting back together with this Emperor, whether it's finances, it doesn't matter. You are continuing to entertain these evil thoughts that are right here, right? And so instead of saying, okay, I know this is going to work in my favor, everything's going to be okay, I have to face the truth of this consequence, but right now I need to balance myself, because the more that I unbalance myself, the more I'm knocked off my rocker, the more my crown comes off, the more illusions start to happen in my body, and the more that illusions there are, the more I can't see the truth, which is right here. You are protected. Everything is going to be okay. You are a beautiful twinkle, twinkle little star, and you're not understanding that right now. Let's see, King of Wands there in the negative now. Yeah, look at that. And once this powerful manifestation comes in, that Prince of Wands inside of you is also going to be able to come up to that King of Wands like we talked about. The balance will start to come in. You have the last message here. Any last message here, because we have multiple confirmations here. Focus on the positive. Okay, focus on the positive. Don't worry about the outside. Focus on the 5D first. Get closer to yourself here. Look at that, 4 of Pentacles. Yeah, right now you've lost control on the inside, this stability, this balance inside of you. And I mean, to have both of these, you've got to have all 4 cups, right? Which is 8 cups, you know, 4 kings, 4 queens. But then you have 4 kings, 4 queens positive, and 4 kings, 4 queens negative. And you have to have them able to be balanced out, to be weighed and measured. And right now, Jehovah's telling you they're not measuring well because I can't even fill them. I can't overflow them for you because your mindset needs to change. Okay, you're going to have the power to be able to stable yourself. And you need to, in order for these situations, these consequences over here to work out for you. Okay, 4 of Pentacles, this is that money too. And look at, this is the Hermit card. Yeah. So you might be done with the Virgo here. Otherwise, there's a lot of Earth here already. So Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. The Fool is Aries, and we have 2 of those here. But I always say all the signs because we always have it inside of us either way. It's just supposed to give you a confirmation of if it's your trial or tribulation or not, especially if your solar plexus chakra is telling you on the inside it's yours. But you're really trying to manifest, right? You're really trying to sit down and isolate yourself and figure out which way to go here. And so Jehovah's telling you, we have to have this overall balance on the inside before it can project and have this overall balance on the outside. It's this test to steady yourself. It's this test to make sure that you can trust and know that when you are imbalanced, Jehovah will still have your back and you won't have to fear about being imbalanced. And look at that. There's that Strength card one more time there. Inner and outer, you have to have it, dear, in order to get through. Inner is Jesus, outer is God. Okay, you are everything to them as they are everything to you when you are positively reflecting, when you are a believer, when you are a child of Christ in your eyes, when this illusion has been ripped off, when you understand that this is your faith. You understand that this takes strength from the inside and the outside. The outside is 3D, the inside is 5D. And emotionally, that's where you're really blown off. I mean, look at this. You're guided here on the outside, but on the inside, your moon is so much more manipulative than you think. And you have to have power over the moon, not allow the moon, this manipulative power here, to have control over you. Yeah, look at that. 8 of Swords now. This constant interference, whatever has you emotionally bounded here. Yeah, look at that. Once you have strength on the inside, you'll be able to start refusing physiologically more positively with Jehovah's energy instead of these low vibrations. And when you trump this tower that we already talked about, you're going to be able to have this interference go away in the low, and then the devil will not even be able to sense that you have low vibrations anymore, and you'll be able to balance yourself out. He won't be able to fuse with you, and the Lord's energy will be able to, and this 8 of Swords will no longer be an issue because there's not going to be interference of toxic elements. Yeah, look at that. 6 of Pentacles and the success of equal give and take to yourself. No more negative communication because you can't fuse with it anymore. And 4 of Swords there. Yep, look at that. 1, 2, 3, and 4 of Swords. Well on your way. Yeah, it's hard to not have closure. I know it, but you can still have closure inside of yourself. And that will happen for you once things start to balance out. Yep, you got to understand that you have to walk away from this broken heart. I mean, we already have that here. 5 of Cups is a negative 6 of Cups, ain't it? Yeah. Look at that. 2 of Wands there. Let's do one more. Ace of Cups. A whole new start with a whole new heart. Look at as 9 of Cups is trying to come out there. 10 of Cups. You will have it. You got to have it inside yourself before you can have it outside. So you'll start it within yourself here. Your balance of masculine and feminine energies, they'll come home again, and this happy balance will come in. Your 9 of Cups will be restored. And then 9 plus 1 is 10. Isn't that beautiful? I love you so much. I'm praying for you. Let me know if you need me. I'll make time for you. Wounds into light.